We're such professionals at this. We'll roll into other stuff, no problem.
Oh, my headphones didn't charge at all, so it's not good with that.
Oh no. All right, I'm holding off.
Dead. Well, I'm gonna try to speak louder so you can hear me better.
Okay. Well, it's been mostly consistent this whole time. We'll zip over. Greetings and salutations, my people. Welcome back to another episode of the Shit Talk Show. You definitely did not hear Demo and I workshopping beforehand. I don't know what you're talking about. We're professionals. We run this shit like we've been doing it since the day we were born, and we're old. So we've been doing this for a long time. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out. Listen, we have some pretty crazy shit to talk about today. So appreciate you coming in. Dima, how you doing today?
Oh, good, my friend, and sorry everyone we missed last episode, but we've been ready for this episode today. A lot of things went on in the weekend. We saw one of the biggest gaming tournament in the world taking part in America, and we saw also the preparation for this week biggest gaming event of the year, the Gamescom. Have you waiting for any kind of news from the Gamescom, Vic?
I am not waiting for any news from Gamescom. However, there's a lot of really cool shit. If I zip over to hang on, let me set up. Where's my brief? Okay. There's a lot of games that are presenting. There's a lot. Oh, look, more just loaded, and look, more are loaded. Bro, there's a lot of games. Like, I'm not anticipating or waiting or like, I don't know, like really, like I don't need to watch the shows that are going to be live streamed from here, but I will definitely check in and watch some announcements because there's some really interesting shit going on. Just saying. What about you? Are you waiting for anything? Honor
Well,
of
one of
Kings.
the most expected probably is Hollow Knight Silksong, that it will be playable in Gamescom. So for the first time, we're gonna see some of the gameplay of it. It's like Hollow Knight, the first one, was a big success. Like a lot of people really enjoyed. I played myself and I loved the game. I loved how these little platforms could really take over the timeline of back in the days. And the second one has been in development for a while, so yeah, it would be quite big to see how the game would be. Also, like I think um, Silent Hill F should be like there. They should show up a bit more of the game. Uh, Probably people can try the game already there with Konami, and it's gonna be very close to the release of um, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. That should come out next week or the one after. And yeah, Gamescom gonna have few surprise like every year. It's always some like surprise announcement that no one expect and it will come out. You know, maybe more news about GTA 6, maybe some other new games. Nintendo is back there after a year. They went there last year.
Oh, that's
So
right.
if if they're there, definitely they're gonna announce something. There are few games people are expecting. Maybe a new Super Mario, Pokemon Z2A. Then it's gonna be released in October, so probably it's gonna be a few more announcements about that. Who know? Like Gamescom, as we know, is always gonna have some news coming out from it.
Okay, so I lied. There are a couple of games that I will definitely be checking in on when this show is over. This one right here, Blood of the Dawn Walker. I've heard very good. Oh shit, you can't even see it on the thing. Whatever. It's called the Blood of the Dawn Walker. It's good. It's good. Can I zoom in and like scroll over so you see it better? Maybe.
Also, like
There, this
right
guy.
behind, I think. is a Little Nightmare 3. That is another game we talk on previous episodes.
Also, where are we at? God Save Birmingham. This is like a medieval times zombie apocalypse game. Thumbs up. Mechanicus, give me more of this. Escape from Duckov. Oh gosh, how come you can't see any of these games now? Super. I promise. Yeah. I promise we're professionals. I promise. Anyways, there's a lot of Another Pint. There's actually a number of these games that I will be checking in on. Here's Pragmata. We've talked about that one before.
Yeah, we did talk about Pragmata. Big game. Space game.
Yeah. A new Street Fighter game.
Android and Cyborgs.
Yeah, I will. I don't know what Project LLL is, but looks pretty mysterious. Yeah, I'll take it. I see no need to go to the conference itself, but for everyone that's going, have a good time. That's all I got.
Well, you don't need to go. Most of the stuff gonna be on streaming anyway, and I think the one of the most expected as well is the opening ceremony. I think a lot of people love that because it's always something coming out from it. And that would be tomorrow night, I think 7 o'clock German time. I might be wrong, but yeah, that's gonna be the big opening. And after, normally the first couple of days is like minors announcement, and during the weekend towards the end is where the big names gonna announce big stuff.
Good.
And that's where you should just keep checking it.
Good. Give me more big, cool games that are doing stuff. That's what I want. Yeah, we'll see how Gamescom goes. Have fun, everyone there.
Normally, if you go on the timeline of on X, is there a lot of people keep saying gaming is dead, but we can see when these big conferences come out, like games is away from dead. It's more and more stuff. It's a big evolution happening. Like we had last week. Yeah, last week was an announcement from PlayStation that they wanna start moving on from physical games. Like they don't want in future they're not gonna do more games like physicals. They're gonna be almost everything online. And it's a lot of people like hang on, don't we love the physical because it's like for our collection, but at the same time PlayStation said nah, we moving on, everything gonna be away from physical. Probably the console itself, I think PlayStation wanna move away from console and it wanna become more like a game provider. Maybe in future we're not gonna have any more like the console like we have it now. It's gonna be like you don't need to put the CD inside anymore. It's gonna be mostly maybe stream. You don't need to download the game anymore. It's like now you buy games, you need to wait 20 minutes for downloading, another 20 minutes for their uploads. So it's probably if it's gonna be directly streaming, it's gonna be like a bit different with it as well. And the collection edition might be what a lot of people gonna miss out. Because now they're launching the games, the physical copy, and you have a collection edition with the nice art books, some figurines, some posters, and like all the cool packaging and stuff. So I want to see how PlayStation will move on that as well.
Yeah. I mean, looking at this, they're a senior vice president from one of their products is confirming that they are moving away from a hardware-centric business to a platform. So they would no longer be competing with Xbox and Nintendo. They would instead be competing with Steam and Epic.
Yeah, probably. But also like Xbox is not doing the physical copy anymore. Because now it's more like the Xbox Pass than you can play on computer. and
Right.
PlayStation is releasing some of the um, games like Sony exclusive also to the
On
Xbox Pass, so people
Xbox.
from Xbox Pass can
Yes.
play that as well. So people start saying, did Nintendo won the console war?
It would
It was like the
seem.
three big ones:
It would seem.
Nintendo,
Yes.
Xbox.
Console, which is weird because I haven't owned a Nintendo console in a long time, and I'm not a fan of them. But it would seem based on the numbers on the sales that Nintendo did, right? Because their Nintendo Switch 2 sold more than like all other consoles. Like it did great. And we know that Xbox is already like they don't want to make video game consoles anymore. They want to just make computers that just play video games. Like they're already kind of teaming up with Asus to just make handheld and just like focus on handheld gaming. And they're not going to really focus on Xbox consoles anymore. So maybe that's what PlayStation is going to try and do more is make more mobile, more handheld things. Maybe they'll. I don't know, man. This doesn't make any sense. Like I don't. Maybe they just realize, yeah, they can't win this battle anymore, so they're gonna. I don't know. I don't know what PlayStation looks like.
Yeah,
Then.
try to go modern things. Like they probably realize people can't afford to keep changing. Like, yeah, there is a $1,000 computer you can buy. You can, and after you can download every game you want. While if you have the PlayStation, you still need to, if you want to buy the physical or not physical, it's quite a lot. And like a lot of people are moving more towards computer than consoles. So probably that's the evolution they gonna look. Maybe the PlayStation 6, if come out, is gonna be the last one. Maybe PlayStation 6 gonna be like a little pen, like a USB pen you can plug on your TV or your computer, and you have direct access to all your games, everything you download, like
Yeah.
a portable account. So it would be like nice to see how they're gonna move on and how this world of gaming gonna revolutionize. And like a few months ago, they stopped the PlayStation Star. They had these things called PlayStation Star for I think 1-2 years, where players by buying games or finish some quests, they could get rewards, they could get coins, they could go like digital collectibles. Then it very look like NFTs basically, so you could like just collect things, and after you could show to people, but you couldn't trade it and anything. And a lot of people say, "Oh, hang on, probably PlayStation tested this to see if people actually liked this kind of way of rewarding players." And you know what come out from that? That PlayStation with this kind of NFTs things lost more money than gained money. This like they were rewarding players with coins, and they were rebuying games with that coins, like so they were getting a lot of free games, and they weren't buying any more
Right.
games. So they
Right.
was recycling money inside to get more games, and they weren't really
Which is
buying
Web
games. So
three. That's what we
PlayStation
want.
realized it wasn't working, so they stopped it. Now they might think something new is gonna come out, and that's when the announcement of PlayStation moving from physical to more digital come out as well. So is something cooking behind it. We know like Sony also got Somnia, their own blockchain, that is
Yes.
kind of start building, and that's been out for the last year. Same times PlayStation Start was out. So it would be really interesting to see, are they moving towards blockchain? Are they moving with digital collectible? There would be NFTs, kind of like Disney Pinnacles is doing with little collectibles, and you buy with normal money, and after you can trade. They gonna don't do that and just keep traditional gaming, like where is everything on a unique server. We're gonna find out about that, like probably in the next year and a half. I think that's when we're gonna have more news.
We'll see. I was going to mention that, Sony is exploring blockchain stuff. So, all right, maybe that's where they just go hardcore. They become like an Avalanche competitor, but they're Sony. Maybe they start partnering with like Solana. I don't know. I don't know, bro. We'll see. Smarter minds than I are out there figuring this shit out. So we'll take it.
Yeah, we see. Also, we saw how Ronin moved from layer 1 to layer 2 on Ethereum. So Ethereum is winning again in something else.
Well, I mean, Ethereum still has really high gas costs. So until that changes, Ethereum can kiss my booty.
Yeah.
Here's a weird one with all like the internet censorship and shit that's going on. In America, the state of Louisiana is suing Roblox. Just like all of Roblox. Over child safety concerns. The head lawyer, the head litigator, the head lawyer in Louisiana says Roblox is basically an open season for sex predators. And I read through this article, and I read through a couple of things where this attorney general. There's this weird thing in America where attorney generals they're the top lawyer in a state or in a community. You have attorney generals for a county, for a state, and then for the country you have attorney generals, and they're like the head lawyer in that area. Sometimes they get bored. And they're just like, there's nothing going on in my state. I've prosecuted everyone I already have a lawsuit against. So they get bored and they just like do random shit sometimes. They just go like, I'm going to start a crusade against old people gambling. And then it's just like all of a sudden the attorney general is just like on this steamroll campaign to stop old people from gambling. Where I live, the attorney general is against vaping. So he's trying to shut down all vape stores. Even vaping's totally legal, vaping's totally fine, but he's against it. So now the attorney general is just like causing a problem for fucking everyone that lives there. Attorney generals are weird. Anyways, it feels like this one's bored. Because her lawsuit, reading through it, there's no instigating event that started this lawsuit. This lawsuit literally just came out of nowhere. It's not like a kid had reported being groomed in Louisiana, and then the attorney general was like, not in my state, and then they started a lawsuit, and then this happened. Now this attorney general just like woke up one morning and was like, Roblox is doing what? And started this massive lawsuit. Because as I was reading into it, I asked a deep dive report on Gemini. I asked for, can I close this? Oh, dude. Let's move this over. An examination of Roblox's safety landscape, legal challenges, child harm, and protective frameworks. Yeah, this is a super long document, but it brought up a whole bunch of the major lawsuits against Roblox over the years. Because I was thinking to myself, this lady attorney general says that Roblox is like, kids are getting fucking preyed on left and right? That's what she seems to allege, is like fucking parents don't know, parents are dumb, these predators are out there every fucking day, and these kids are stupid, and they're just getting preyed upon, right? So like, okay, there must be legal documentation of kids being preyed upon, right? Like there must actually be lawsuits or like things that happen. So looking through, no, actually, especially considering the fact that there are like hundreds of millions of people playing this game at literally any given moment. No, actually, there's frightfully few instances of children reporting stuff, and actually a big number of that reports are just AI flagging things. It's not actual people being like, hey, I need to report harm, or hey, I need to report this abuse or something like that. And there's only, in all of Roblox's history, there's only one lawsuit where Roblox has paid out money to someone. All the others, granted, are pretty recent, so they're mostly ongoing, but there's only one lawsuit where somebody ever got money. They got $10 million from Roblox. And it's because Roblox deleted a bunch of their content and didn't tell them and then didn't give them a refund. That's it. It's not because a kid was harmed. It's not because of grooming allegations. It's not because of other shit. It's because they deleted someone's account and all of the shit they paid for, and they didn't give them a refund. That person sued Roblox, and they got $10 million.
That's pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy. And the fact that this attorney general as well in Louisiana, like, okay, so we just had the UK just rolled out this like online safety act, and everyone now has to do these like ID checks more. The Louisiana attorney general is not asking for money. She's not asking for more protections for children. She's not asking for like add these age verifications or add this. No, she just wants the whole platform to shut down. She just wants all of Roblox to be shut down. She just doesn't want Roblox to exist anymore. She just wants the company to dissolve and the platform to stop.
Yeah, I don't think that will ever happen. Anyway. You mentioned about UK ID check things, and they did a little stats. Like, yes, it's more ID checks now in the UK, but at the same time, one of the most downloaded things are VPN softwares.
Hell yeah.
So people don't see to say, oh yeah, the people going from England on this kind of website is reduced that much. But at the same time, the VPN downloads is go up of the same amount.
Dope.
So everyone is just using VPN now to connect with whatever they want to connect, or they just bought Death Stranding 1 and use the photo mode and bypass everything.
Listen, it's a little bit more work to actually like set up a new email and set up a new identity with a new biometrics and all that stuff. But I think in the long run, it's worth it. You just pay $5 a month for like Proton VPN. You get great VPN. It's tons of data, works well. It's $5 a month, no problem. But like, we'll spend like an hour or two setting up a new identity, keep all the logins and everything. I think that's probably better for you for whatever the future holds with this new version of the internet. So that's Louisiana. That's attorney generals over here. They just get bored and they just go, I'm going to stop all vaping in my county. And you go, no, you're not. No, you're not. Especially like they're not breaking any laws. Like, what are you doing? So like this attorney general just being like, I'm going to shut down Roblox. It's like, do you have any idea how many tens of millions of people are logged into that platform right now across the world? And you, some random hick lady from Louisiana, think you're going to topple this massive platform? Ma'am, with all due respect, get fucked. Like, learn your place in the world. It's kind of dumb.
Probably more like Roblox together with Fortnite and a few other gaming companies are the biggest in the world. They like rule. They do what they want. Like, and it would be they got like teams of lawyers with them, and you go with your own little lawyer, and they're gonna just destroy you.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me. She's the state attorney general, so she has the entire state. Like the state of Louisiana is the size of like France. So like Louisiana's GDP rivals France. Like the state of is pretty sizable. She's got resources at her disposal, but also like it's fucking Louisiana. Who the fuck are you, lady? I don't know. It's dumb. Anyways, here's a happier thing. Pokemon. Yay, Pokemon, hooray, Pokemon, yay.
Yeah, last weekend, I know you're very excited about that. It was like the Pokemon World Championship back in America. And
I don't even know what that is. Can you tell me what that is? Like I'm an idiot. Like explain what the World Championships are.
So they take the most played games of Pokemons. Obviously, the TGC card games.
Okay.
Pokemon Go, Pokemon United, then it's a kind of League of Legends of Pokemon.
Right. Okay.
And the latest gaming release, like they do that every year. Because this year was Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, or Violet and Scarlet. And they make different tournaments. One for the TCG, one for the Pokemon Go, and they divide between old generation and like junior, then is under 18 kids. Then
Okay.
in any way they win and they get like a trophy, but most of like they don't get any money. The kids they gonna be like just trophies, maybe sponsorships and stuff like that. Well, then the old would win real money, big money. I think only for the Pokemon Go tournament in the first 4 places was about $65,000 in a total rewards. And like first place was 20,000, second was 15, 13, and 12. On the DDC senior was like 50,000 for the first players, and normally they also give like some special unique card to them.
Dang.
They take value themselves. The thing is, you see like between these different games, every game's got their own company. Pokemon Go got Scopely now. Pokemon United got another developers, and they all put the prices on. It's sponsored from Pokemon, yes, biggest cooperative ever. But you can see how limited is the reward. Let's see, TCG Senior, 50,000 the first, 30,000 the second, 20,000 the third place. Total of $100,000. And sometimes we see in other games, like especially in Web3 games, where games then they're not even fully developed with very small team and everything. They launch tournament like $100,000 tournament of 7 days, bro. How can you afford this like 7 days, $100,000, and after a week after you're gonna do another one? Well, company like Pokemon do this tournament one time a year, and probably the money they use for this tournament is already get all back to them as well. Like Ollie's looking at how many cards they're selling in the last year, 2 years. Like it's exponential. You can't find Pokemon card around. Just people are scalping them everywhere.
Yeah.
Like as soon as a new package comes, like their scalpers everywhere, all sold out. And after there is an entire market behind that in any way, like then it's separate from the actual Pokemon games. Everyone make their own prices. And that's like technically how Web3 should work. You give a product, you give your NFTs or whatever, and after is the players and the collectors then make a separate market. But a lot of time we see in Web3 gaming is company try to make the product and make the market as well. So they try to force some prices, and it's not really working. It is not working at all, I think.
I agree.
And I think the mentality of the developers need to be changed a little bit and try to follow more like this bigger company, how they going forward.
If only, Demo, if only they had you as a consultant and advisor instead of these Web3 chads from the trenches who know what they're talking about and have definitely not advised failures and wins in the past. I don't know what you're talking about. If only, Demo. You got to charge more money. But it's a good point. It's a good point. It makes sense. It's just in my opinion, illustrates how. I'm a little echoey on your side as well, sir. But it illustrates how Web3 is unsustainable.
Yeah, most of the games are completely like they're not very sustainable. Is when they launch a product, they want something, just the price, like of the NFTs of a game. They want just the price to go up, and if they go down, people just say, "Well, it's not worth it. Fuck it." And then after they collect money from the reward, $100,000 reward, they will disappear. It's like obviously most of the players, gamers, then are in Web3 are there just to take in the money. Like I would say, in the total of all the gamers there are in the crypto games, Web3 games, it's like a small bunch that are real gamers and play like games daily. And when they see a game, they can tell straight away, like, well, this game, then he actually say they are the best new innovative games is not other than a copy of these other games, then it work much better. Why should I play that when I can play these other games? Yeah, I can earn something, but after they finish the money, well, where is gonna be the income to sustain the game? And like many games, they don't have it. They're just launching tokens, then sell the tokens to try to get some money to sustain the development. And after they realize, well, it's just not sustainable, so we can't continue, and they just shut. Well,
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb.
dumb.
And we'll pick up more on that unsustainability a little bit later, I suppose. I'm just looking through this Pokemon shit and like, man, Pokemon's... No wonder Pokemon makes a fuck ton of money. Like this Pokemon Championship thing, they have a whole Pokemon event with Pokemon festivities and Pokemon merch specific just to that thing. Like, bro, no wonder they're making a fuck ton of money. Like,
Yeah, there was like some special event, like if you connect your trainer account and it's your Pokemon account and connect all the games, you connect that on Twitch, and after you watch the live of the tournament, any tournament, and you watch like 30 minutes of it, you get like something special for the game you're playing. I connected just to watch a little bit, and it was like over 20,000 people connected in that moment, and the chat was keep going, and like there wasn't just people say hello, I'm here. It was actually people like talking about the game and how the like was almost like a live commentary of people like, oh, why didn't you use this? Why didn't I? And it was everyone like actually know about the games and were like actually into it. It wasn't like people like just following that to get free token and like botting the Twitch account just to get as many rewards they can.
Interesting.
And we saw that a lot in Web3 games. We see like a lot of Twitch streaming or YouTube streaming or X streaming where it's completely botted because people want more rewards with multi-accounts, so they just connect many times. They check if their account working, just hello, and yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, right on. Good on Pokemon. They're doing some cool shit, it looks like. There's a whole lot of Pokemon I do not recognize, but right on. Man, like, yeah, Pokemon is gonna rule the world. Like, I trust Pokemon more than I trust my government right now. I'd fucking Pikachu for president. That's pretty cool. That's part cool. Moving on from Pokemon goodness, and you know, props where props are due for Pokemon. We have to touch on some Web3 unsustainability, like with Game 7. Who, you know, I have mild history with Game 7. Game 7 was one of my first clients in Web3. They're one of the first people that paid me to write tweets and ghostwrite stuff for them. And way back in the day, whenever I had people who would join Web3 and they didn't know where to start, especially specifically Web3 gaming, and if they were builders or if they were people that were looking to be active and they didn't know where to start or what communities to get plugged in, I pointed them towards Game 7. Now, granted, that was 3 years ago, 2 years ago. It changed since then. And they put out a big post. Game 7 put out a big post on their Twitter. And I will, again, give props where props are due. They say we made mistakes along the way. And they identify 4 big mistakes. They own up to that shit. They don't try to say, hey, the market really took a turn and, you know, we had to pivot and then the pit. No, they were like, hey, yo, we fucked up here. We miscalculated. We overreached. We misread. We fucked up. The mistakes are ours. The mistake is not the market. The mistake is not gamers. We fucked up here. And I give, you know, I respect that. I think, honestly, I came into this post being like, oh, another studio shutting down, another Web3 project shutting down. Well, I knew they were going to go tits up. Because I have respectable friends that have told me that Game 7 was little more than just a money laundering scheme from the start. that they scaled way beyond what they were expecting to, that they tried to keep their money laundering thing going and make it bigger and bigger, and it didn't. It, like all things in Web3, it's a Ponzi. It got unsustainable and it broke down. But at the same time, going into this post, I think this post is one of the best shutdown, apology, where do we go from here, Web3 posts that I've seen. Yeah, I do think them owning up and saying, hey, we overreached. We were convinced that we were going to change the game forever, and we didn't. Our community became misaligned with what we were doing. We had a small, good, dedicated community, and then we tried to be the biggest fish in the lake, and our community didn't like that. Yeah, they miscalculated. They did some bad stuff. So, props. I mean, props for the apology and taking respect. They say, you know, where are our next steps? Much like we've seen with other studios in Web3, that when they shut down, that's usually when some investors start to reach out. I wouldn't be surprised if some people start to reach out to, at the very least, the staff of Game 7 to pick them up and bring them to their projects. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see some version of Game 7 still limp along. Some really, really dumb investors exist, and they just like giving away tens of millions of dollars to projects, even if there's no guarantee of that project ever being successful. So yeah, that was a big thing that happened in the last week. Is that Game 7, which was big, is now over.
Yeah, 7 was at one point one of the big fish I try everyone on the timeline. They were everywhere, and like slowly kind of faded away. It's always like nice to see like the team or the founders saying like where they made the mistakes and how they should acted, but it's always like an aftermath. Like,
Yeah,
is some of the mistakes you see like in Web3 companies, sometimes you keep seeing in all of them, and sometimes they try to, I know most of them, they try to be innovative and remake things, but sometimes they try to remake things that are already working. Like, if something work perfectly, you don't need a new way to do it. You
Right.
just need a small improvement. Like, for example, you see with back in the time with Treasure. Treasure was trying to make a Steam platforms, but like, you're a small platform, so you can't compete against Steam or Epic. So why you wanna create something then you already know it won't 100% succeed, because you can't compete. Like, how do you move like all the million of people who are using Steam to your new platform that have only 3 games on it? What guy you doing? And what they done after they moved to AI, and AI now is already like, they have company that were working on AI from probably 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Right.
And like this new project, they say, oh, we move now to AI. You're already behind compete to project that they were working before. And now you have ChatGPT, you have Gemini, you have Gronk on X, you have Deepla. How do you want to make an AI then substitute them? But they're already too big and too famous for people to move on a new AI. Because when you go around, people already say, oh yeah, I use ChatGPT, I use Gemini, I use this. But you go there like, oh, have you tried Treasure AI now? And I say, Treasure what? Why should I do it? Like, when I go on my Google, I already got it. Like,
Right.
why do I need to download something then? I don't know why they want my information. So in some cases, they just create something that doesn't need to be created.
Yes.
And that's where they make the mistake, and is where a lot of Web3, I think, need to understand. Like, you just need to improve what we already have. You don't need to create something completely new.
Yeah.
Just
Hey, listen.
down.
If you're building in Web3, Just go reach out to Yin and ask Yin what you should do, and he'll tell you what you should do. We listen to the gamers. Listen to what we're telling you to build, what we actually want to see.
Yeah, listen, like gamers like what they want.
Novel.
It's like when you speak with some more traditional gamers, and yeah, some of them, if you explain them what NFTs have, how you can own your asset, you can sell, everyone say, "Oh yeah, that's amazing. That's what every gamers want." But after when you see the concept, how they're doing it, and it's not the right way, and gamers say, "I prefer just keep playing as normal. I play for fun. I don't play for necessarily earning money from my gaming." Because a lot of gamers, when the game is no more a game but become a work, it's not anymore a game, become a work. So they might not like that.
Clearly, a lot of them don't. And the conversation is just always down to gambling versus gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's Game 7. I have over here Star Atlas because they announced that they are making their own Layer 1. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at Star Atlas now doing their own chain.
Cool stuff. What are your thoughts?
My thought is, where is the game? Why they start working on a chain when they didn't even launch the game yet?
What are you talking about? You can play a game. You can race. You can shoot people. You can drive around and look at your ship. You can have people hang out in your hangar. There's no beginning, middle, or end. There's no missions or story or bosses or enemies or NPCs. But there is a game that you can jump in and run around in. Come on, Demo. We have a show on the internet. We got to be accurate with our facts here.
I saw one of the games coming out on mobile, and I think people can start to applying in the Project O in Web3. Is a new card games. We were talking about TGC card games, and now we go on Project Zero. Like they already done a play test, I think, on computer, but the main launch, I think, it will be on mobile because they want to be more a mobile game than a traditional computer game. They want to be the new Marvel Snap / Pokemon Pocket game, and they could kind of go into it because at the moment, like Marvel Snap is still the biggest. Pokemon Pocket is having a lot of problem with players retention because they're launching new expansion one after the others, and for a lot of players it's too hard to follow it up, and it's a lot of things that are not working. And they announced that they're gonna do like some big change before the end of the year, so people are waiting for these big changes. Project Zero is gonna be like similar to Marvel Snap, but instead of Marvel Heroes, then probably soon they're gonna pick up quite a lot with Marvel Cinematic is launching a new kind of saga. They started with Fantastic Four, and I think it's a new Spider-Man, new Iron Man, new Captain America coming out. So people will reshuffle around between that and Marvel rivals. But Project Zero use old fantasy stories like Winnie the Pooh, Red Hood, Robin Hood. And I didn't have the opportunity to try the game yet, but other people did, and they say it is quite good. but I want to try the games. When you're gonna be on mobile, because there's so many. I think on mobile, instead of like the vertical way you play Marvel Snap, then it's quite handy. Because when you're walking around, you can just play. They're gonna go back to the horizontal way. Then it make more like a Yu-Gi-Oh kind of visual. So you will need to more sit down to play because you need to use both hands instead of just using your thumb. Will be interesting when and how they're coming out and how it's gonna be their launch. If they're gonna do like big tournament with a lot of money on before they have million of players, or they're gonna wait more for the million of players or thousand of players to play the game before they give away a lot of money from their funding. Did you try the game? Did you had the opportunity to look at the game?
I've had many opportunities, but there is nothing about this game that interests me. Sorry, Apex or anyone else that works on the game. Also, Demo, I'm going to correct you once again. We have an internet show. We got to be accurate. This isn't Project Zero. It's Project O.
That's true. It's Project O. I don't know why it always give me a thing.
Yeah, no, but the creators give people a hard time because they want people to know that Project O stands for something. This is not the final name of the game. This is the beta name of the game, Project O. When it finally releases, it will probably be called O something. O whatever. O tournament. Oh yeah, whatever. It's a word with O. Yeah, their characters are all open source, non-licensed characters. Like Winnie the Pooh is now open source because he's been around for over 100 years, so now anyone can use that IP. Robin Hood, nobody owns that IP. The Queen of Hearts, nobody owns that IP. Red Riding Hood, nobody owns that IP. Stuff like that. Yeah, no, I've had opportunities to play it. I've passed. I'm not big on trading card games, and there's nothing about Marvel Snap that interests me. There's nothing about Project O that interests me. I think so far they're doing a great job. I think because they have steered clear of Ponzi-nomics, of Ponzi gambling perceptions, they're building a solid game, and there is Web3 infrastructure in the background. That's it. Can you earn from that game? Probably. Are the cards worth something? Maybe. Are they gonna discourage a black market? No, they might. Maybe they'll have a marketplace for cards that people can use, but they're not gonna be like, hey, buy our token, and it needs to have this much market cap. They're not going to really push NFT flipping. They're not going to push unnecessary Web3 shit. They're going to build a really cool game that competes with Marvel Snap. And in the background of that game, there's Web3 infrastructure. Solid. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Yeah. And talking about trading card games, like apart from this, from another game, in October, I think League of Legends trading card games are coming out. And that's something like, I think it's already sold out all the start packets, like the one they just launching, like people already like try to book in for before they're actually launching the cards.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And that would be interesting how that's gonna go on the market. Like, are they gonna make their own game about the trading card games, mobile or desktop? Because they already have like a massive development house behind them. Like, it will make sense. Like, yeah, we launch the card. If a lot of people buy these cards, they can play it. But if we make an online games, they can play online as well with all the words and see how it's going. And that can be another competitor also with Project O. They're coming more or less on the same time of the launch.
What, if anything, are you looking forward to in the next week or two to play and get involved in, Mr. Demo?
Next week or two, well, I'm finishing probably Expedition 33. Today I was about to finish it, but I found out there was a massive plot twist and the game is not finished yet. And I was like, oh fuck, I couldn't expect that. Wow. And I'm really understanding now I played the game why a lot of people say it's gonna be the game of the year. It is very, very good game. Everything is good in it. Few bugs. I found it like I could jump on few walls and stuff, but well, that's not a game breaker things. What else we expecting? Gamescom, or the announcement Gamescom gonna do? Like probably some also Web3 game is gonna be in Gamescom and do some announcement. Normally, some project come out just after Gamescom or announce something just after Gamescom as well to ride the hype of gaming. I think PUBG Party Games, the game from PUBG Penguins, is coming out the end of 10th. So I want to see how that hit because they're doing a massive marketing campaign online. They went like to the Comic-Con in America where they was giving pins for having a special characters in the games. So I want to see how that one is going. Also, another game we spoke before is coming on the 28th. Aircraft, the one it looked like Cuphead, the mobile games where you on the plane. That's another games. Few people are waiting to try it out and see how it's going, and already on the list to when it's coming out to playing. And also think Resident Evil Survivors is coming out end of this month, start of September. So there are a few things to look after is coming. What about you?
You are correct.
That's a good question.
Good question.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think I have my games
I have my game
set for now. Yeah, I'm not. I have a lot of IRL stuff that I am handling, so I don't think I'm really looking to like try out a whole bunch of different titles in the next week or two. Just give me my Deadlock, give me my Left 4 Dead, give me a couple of staples of the Web 2 world, and I'll be cool with that. I'm a sucker for Star Atlas. It's one of the first projects I ever looked at when I first got into Web3 gaming, so I'll keep an eye on Star Atlas. Look, they're launching a new chain, and they say in the announcement that the airdrop season starts in September. So maybe I farm some things. Maybe I do some things and see what Star Atlas gives me. EVE Online. Keep an eye on EVE Online. They said August 20th, their next cycle starts, so you can start playing the game again on August 20th. That's my radar. That's all I got.
Nice. Few things like is moving back again. Everything. We had like a couple of months where everything was dead, and I kind of picking up a bit on everything.
Picking up. Before we dip, for the people who are still out there, we are looking to Demo and I are looking to pivot out of the shit talk show. Look, we've had 20 logged episodes. We've been doing this for a number of months. We're still cracking. We're still moving along. But we're kind of maybe tired of saying shit all the time. And maybe having to censor ourselves, and maybe the algorithm is censoring us a little bit. And also maybe we don't want to talk about shit. Maybe we want to talk about cool things and about stuff that we find interesting that's not shit at all. So yeah, we're looking at, I don't know, it sounds official to say rebranding, but we're looking at changing some things up. We'll put it that way. We're looking at changing some things up. Changing the way that we deliver some stuff, maybe some of the topics we talk about. Because while we are gamers, Web3 gaming is kind of fucking lame. Anyways, we'll see what we do. We'll see what we do. But this may be the last time that you see us as shit talkers, and you will maybe see us in the future as more mature, distinguished, and sophisticated gentlemen. Yes.
I would need to grow my mustache and take my top hat with my little walking stick and become a really English gentleman for the next show. Yeah, was a pleasure to doing like all this episode and all this month with Vic talking about shit about everything, Web3, Web2, AI, ID checking, and all sort of. A lot of episodes are back in the logs in YouTube where you can go and check it up. You're not gonna get rid of us. We both always around. You can find us on Northbound Discord, on TikTok, on X, where I'm a little bit less in it. Yeah, the algorithm is shit. It's full of bot, and no one like X that much anymore, and everyone is moving away from it.
Yeah.
But TikTok is the big things at the moment where everyone is moving to, and I have my own channel as here, Demojov, where
Check
you
it
can follow up.
Check 'em out.
It's a bit of various gaming things. Mostly at the moment, Pokemon Go, because I'm very into it. I'm grinding like an animal. and but I will talk about other games as well. I wanna try to do a few lives and stuff. I'm still understanding how everything works there. Yeah, me and Vic gonna have a nice chat and try to bring up a new show with many, many, many good news.
Yes.
What's
Yeah.
you?
We're still
we're
not
still-
entirely
we're still not
finalized
entirely-
on the specifics and the details of stuff, but we are looking for new things. So listen, if you're watching and you're listening right now, shoot us a DM of what you would care about and what you would watch and what you would support or what you'd give a shit about. That's what we're interested in, and where the future holds for us. So thanks for hanging out. If you see a shit talk show next week, it might be us and we're just lazy and we haven't changed the format yet. Or someone actually thinks this is a gold idea and they are going to fill in the gap that we leave. Who knows? But that's where we're at. We're just being open and transparent with the few of you that hang out with us. And we appreciate you guys. We appreciate all the people that hang out and listen and everything. So yeah. Well, we thank you for the past. We hope to see you in the future, and we'll see where things go from here. Yeah, that's this week. That's this week in the Shit Talk Show.
Talk show.
Mr.
Remember, guys, it's not goodbye. It's a see you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a we'll
Yeah.
see you soon, but
It's
we'll be a little
see
bit
you
different.
soon, but we'll be a little bit different.
All right,
Right.
Demo.
All right, you know.
Thank you, everyone, to watch this last episode of the Shit Talk Show, but not the last episode of Vic and Demo Show. See you, everyone, later. And cheers.